طيب بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن تمسك بسنته بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد, after praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and sending the salutations upon the Messenger alayhi salatu salam and upon all his family and his companions and upon all those who follow upon his guidance into the establishment of the last day, to proceed, ikhwan. فسبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. Glory belongs to you, Ya Allah. Verily we have no knowledge except that which you have taught us. And indeed you, Ya Allah, you are the all-knower and the all-wise. You are the all-knower and the all-wise. Allahumma inna na'udhu bika min ilmin la yanfa' wa min qalbin la yakhsha' wa min nafsin la tashba' wa min du'a'in la yusma'. Verily, Ya Allah, we have no knowledge except that which you have taught us. And indeed you, Ya Allah, you are the all-knower and the all-wise. You are the all-knower and the all-wise. To proceed, ikhwan, فنواصل معكم في هذه الليلة المباركة الكريمة عونا من الرحمن الرحيم. So we continue on this blessed and noble night of ours, seeking the aid and the assistance of our Lord, the most merciful and the most compassionate. مستفيدين ومتعلمين من علم التوحيد ومن علم العقيدة في هذا الدرس للمسلمين الجدد أو المسلمين الجدد. As we continue to learn together collectively, trying to educate ourselves within the science of Aqidah, the science of At-Tawheed, the belief, a class that has been geared for the new Muslim, ولكن هذا العنوان ليس بصحيح لأن هذا الدرس ليس خاصا ولكن للجدد ولغير الجدد. But as we mentioned numerously, that's not really correct, ya ikhwan, as the class is not only for the new Muslim but is also for other than the new Muslim. طيب, فقبل أن نواصل نريد أن أعرف أسماء جميعكم قبل أن نواصل لأن عندنا بعض الجدد. So before we begin, ya ikhwan, I would like each one of the brothers to mention their names another time, as now we have some new people, alhamdulillah, some new brothers that I don't know. وأنا أريد أن أتعرف معكم, and I want to know the brothers inshallah. طيب, فالبدء من اليمين سنة. So starting from the right is a sunnah. Abdul Aziz أنت على اليمين. So Abdul Aziz, you're first, you're on the right. So say your name and raise your voice. وعليكم السلام. طيب, Abdul Aziz. وعليكم السلام. عبد الرحمن. تفضل. Raymond. طيب, Abdul Aziz, Abdul Rahman, Raymond. وعليكم السلام. One more time. وعليكم السلام. Ibn. Who is your father? Ibn who? Ibn Kevin. طيب, عبد العزيز, عبد الرحمن, Raymond, Ibn Kevin. طيب, ارفع صوتك, raise your voice. ها. وعليكم السلام. أسد. تفضل. وعليكم السلام. مجاهد. طيب, عبد العزيز, عبد الرحمن, Raymond, Ibn Kevin, أسد, مجاهد. تفضل شيخ. أمين. ما شاء الله تعالى. تفضل شيخ. السلام عليكم.
عبد الله.
ما شاء الله شيخ عبد الله. ما شاء الله. طيب, عبد العزيز, عبد الرحمن, Raymond, Ibn Kevin, Asad, Mujahid, Amin, Sheikh Abdullah. Fadl ya Saghir. What's your name, my beloved brother? Mian. I'm saying that right? Alhamdulillah. How old are you?
7.
ما شاء الله ما شاء الله. طيب, تفضل يا أخي. What's your name, man? ارفع صوتك. Raise your voice. ثابت. طيب, بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. آخر شيء كنا متعلمين عنه يا إخوان شروط لا إله إلا الله. شروط La ilaha illallah. So the last thing we had the honor to discuss was the conditions of La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. وللطلاب الجدد نذكر لهم يا إخوان ولنا من شروطنا الحضور لجميع الطلاب مع الدفتر وشيء بأن يكتب به. So before we continue, for our new brothers, we have a few conditions in our classes, only a few. And one of our conditions, even for the children, especially for our little ones, ya ikhwan. And one of these conditions is that when we come, we want to have something to write with and something to write on. So you guys are new today, so we'll give you a pass, inshallah. طيب وبعد هذا اليوم لابد أن يحضر كل واحد بالدفتر وبالقلم. But after today, then everyone has to come with a notebook and something to write. ومن هذا اليوم الذي لا يحضر بالدفتر وبالقلم لا يجلس معنا، يجلس في الوراء، لا يجلس هنا. So after today, Mujahid, Sheikh Abdullah, Thabit, anyone who comes who's not new, he heard this before, and he has nothing to write with and nothing to write on, can't sit with us. If you don't come with a notebook and a pencil or a pen, or maybe have something digital stuff, a tablet or something. But you have to have something to write on and something to write with. Whoever does not fulfill this condition can't sit with us. You guys with me? He would have to sit in the back or something digital. Some of the brothers are technical. He has his phone, a tablet, iPad. That's no problem. It's not a condition that you have to have a notebook, but you have to have something. One of the brothers in Camden, he takes notes with his laptop. Alhamdulillah. You can't tell no one you have to use this. It's better to write, but it's easier to type. Alhamdulillah. The point is what? Abdul Rahman, what's the point? You have to have something to write with and something to write on. And our second condition was, Abdul Aziz, we only have two conditions, ikhwan. First one, you have to come with something to write on and something to write with. Any class you have, whether it's in Philadelphia, whatever city your brothers are from, ikhwan. لا تحضروا الدرس في الإسلام بدون شيء لأن تكتب معه أو فيه. Don't go to no class. You're going to go to any masjid, in any city you're in. And you know you're going to class, have something to write on, something to write with. إلا تكون كالبخاري أو كالسفيان أو كأحد الحفاظ. Unless, the only time you don't have to have this is if you're like Bukhari. You know Imam Bukhari? The book that we have in every masjid that no one reads. One of the best books written by a man. Bukhari. Buy this book, ya ikhwan. Some stores give them away for free. It's going to be the freshest book in every masjid. That was a joke, ya ikhwan. Because no one reads it. If we knew what's in it, Allahu Akbar, we wouldn't be on this movie, this reality show. We would have the book open. Allahu Akbar. At any rate, if you're like Bukhari, you don't have to write. Why not, Abdul Rahman? Why don't you have to write if you're like Bukhari? What did Bukhari do? He memorized almost everything. Like Sufyan al-Thawri. What did Sufyan al-Thawri do? Thabit. He memorized almost everything. Like Waqi' ibn Jarrah. أنتم تعرفون هذا الشيخ. You guys ever heard of this imam before? Waqi' احفظ هذا الاسم. Memorize this name. أحسنت يا شيخ أمين. Memorize this name, Abdul Aziz. Waqi' ibn Kevin. Waqi' ibn Jarrah. Waqi' هو كان من أئمة الإمام الشافعي رحمهم الله. He was from the teachers of the great Imam al-Shafi'i. He was his sheikh. وكلنا نعرف منزلة الشافعي. And all of us know the level of al-Shafi'i. He was amazing. Allahu Akbar. One of the great mountains of knowledge. Thabit. Huh? Okay. the Prophet was the one that the companions learned from. طيب. So Shafi'i was from the greatest Imams you're ever going to study about. If not the greatest, one of the greatest. Imamun Quh. Imamun Quh. A true Imam of the Sunnah. كان يقول خذوا عني ما يوافق الكتاب والسنة وإذا لا يوافق القول الكتاب والسنة فاتركوه. This great Imam, first part of tonight's homework. Write this down, ya ikhwan. You brothers online, write this down. Someone give our beloved brother Ibn Kevin a paper and a pen. Take a notebook of Abdul Rahman and write. Someone give Abdul Rahman something to write on. طيب. First part of tonight's lesson. Imam al-Shafi'i used to say. You're going to write Imam. It's not a spelling test, ya ikhwan. Imam al-Shafi'i. S-H-A. S-H-A. A. F-I. Apostrophe E-E. Shafi'i. Shafi'i. Ash-Shafi'i said. You're going to write Ash-Shafi'i said. Who said it? What's your name again? What's your father's name? What's your Abby's name? What's Ummi's name? What's your mom's name? What's your Abby's name? What's your name one more time? Mian. Mian. Who said it, Mian? Shafi'i. Let me hear you say that. Shafi'i. Shafi'i. MashaAllah. Who said it? Ahsant. Ash-Shafi'i ibn Kevin said, what did he say? He said, take from me. Take from me. Ash-Shafi'i said, what did he say, Nu'aym? Take from me. Take from me. As long as, tremendous statement, mashallah. I want you guys to memorize this statement. Take from me as long as my statement agrees with Quran and Sunnah. Allahu Akbar. Where are we from that, ya ikhwan? طيب. Who said Asad? Man qala? Who said it? Shafi'i. Shafi'i. Who said it? Ibn Kevin? Ahsant. Shafi'i. طيب. Who said it? Thabit? Shafi'i. What did he say, Abdul Aziz? What did he say? طيب. What did he say, Abdul Rahman?
Take from me as long as my statement
agrees with Quran and Sunnah. MashaAllah. Memorize this statement, ikhwan. Place it in your heart. Take from me as long as my statement agrees with Quran and Sunnah. And if my statement, last part. And if my statement opposes the Quran and Sunnah, then leave my statement. MashaAllah. What did he say, Sheikh Amin?
Take from me as long as my statement agrees with Quran and Sunnah. And if my statement opposes Quran and Sunnah, then don't take it.
Leave my statement. And if my statement opposes the Quran and Sunnah, then leave my statement. Right. Skip 2 lines, and you're going to write 25x. 25x. 25, skip a line, and write 25x. بالدائرة, and then circle it. For homework, نكتب هذا القول 25 مرة. 25 مرة. For homework, we're going to write this down 25 times. That's all I want you to do. You got a week to do it. You don't got to do it tonight, Ibn Kevin. You can, and that's better. As soon as you get home. Alhamdulillah. You do it together.
No.
You do it as soon as you get home when the knowledge is fresh, that's the best. But you don't have to do it like that. But that's the best. Mujahid, it's always the best to write it down while it's fresh.
Yep, fresh.
طيب. So you have a week to do so. طيب. So we're talking about the conditions of La ilaha illallah. Man hafidaha, who memorized the conditions so far? تعلمنا أظن 8. We learned 8 of them, I believe. Or 7. 8. Who memorized all of them without looking at their notes? بدون نظر. تفضل شيخ عبد الله.
I have 5 because I missed class.
طيب لا بأس. Our sheikh says I have 5. لا بأس. تفضل. الأول, number 1.
You have to say it.
You have to say it. For the one?
For the one who's able to speak.
For the one that's able. Everyone doesn't have a tongue. There are some people who are mute. Al-Asam, the one who's mute. طيب. If you can speak, you have to say it. The man can't speak. He's what? He can't speak, Abdul Aziz, so he doesn't have to what? Doesn't have to say it. So it's obligatory to say it for who? Sheikh Mujahid. For the one that can. He has a tongue. He can speak. He has to say it. Number 2.
Number 2 is you have to have knowledge.
Has to have knowledge. Whose turn? Of the meaning. Ahsant. Number 3.
Number 3, you have to have yaqeen.
He has to be certain. MashaAllah. Opposite of certainty, Abdul Rahman. Opposite of certainty. Thabit. Oh, opposite. Sheikh Amin.
Opposite of certainty is doubt.
A shek, doubt. If you memorize the opposite, it's going to help you. Opposite of tall, Ibn Kevin. Opposite of tall.
Short.
MashaAllah. Makes it easy. Opposite of a Muslim, Asad. A non-Muslim. Make it general. طيب. Opposite of athletic is not athletic. Out of shape. Most of us. Opposite of smart, Abdul Aziz. Dumb. You learn the opposite, it makes it easy. طيب. Opposite of certainty is doubt. If you're not certain, فينا شكوك, فينا شك, ونعوذ بالله. If we're not certain, we have doubt. أنت معي? You with me? طيب. Number 4.
Number 4 would be al-ikhlas.
الإخلاص, sincerity. Allahu Akbar. ما معنى الإخلاص هنا? What does it mean, sincerity here? Who was with us last time? Huh? Close. You have to be compassionate, but something else.
Doing it to seek the pleasure of Allah.
Hey, the only reason you're doing it, the only reason you do the class, the only reason you open up the Quran, the only reason you worship Allah, the only reason you feed your family, the only reason you go to the masjid, the only reason you're kind to your wife, the only reason you obey your husband if you're a woman. What else? Any action of obedience is that you're doing it for Allah's sake. Why is this important?
Condition for your deed to be accepted.
Ahsan, Sheikh Ameen, akramakum Allah, may Allah honor you, when yarfa'aka, and raise you, because it's one of the 2 conditions for the acceptance of your action. احفظوا هذا, memorize this يا إخوان. فقبول أو شروط قبول الأعمال شرطان. There are 2 conditions, 2, only 2, for the action to be accepted by Allah. Who accepts actions? Ibn Kevin. Who accepts the actions? Allah. That's it. No man, no woman, la. Who accepts the actions? Thabit. Allah. That's it. You don't have to show off in Islam, because no one accepts your actions except Allah. Not your companion, not your best friend, not your husband, not your sheikh, not your imam, not the mufti, not. Only Allah is the only one who yaqbilu al-a'mal, accepts the actions. Wallahu huwa al-Hakim. And Allah is the only judge. No one else can judge. Only Allah accepts. طيب. The first condition for the actions to be accepted is al-ikhlas. You have to be certain. Meaning you're doing it for Allah's pleasure, Allah's face, Allah's reward, for the sake of Allah. And the second condition is al-mutaba'a. Al-mutaba'a. Or you can say al-ittiba'. There are two ways you can say it. Al-mutaba'a or al-ittiba'. That you're doing it in accordance with the Quran and the Sunnah. Next condition. After sincerity, number 5. Love. Love. What's the opposite of love? Asad. Hate. MashaAllah. طيب. Number 6.
Number 6 would be as-sidq.
As-sidq. Truthfulness. Who's turn? Mujahid. Aksu as-sidq. The opposite of truthfulness. Lies. Lying. Alright, if we're not truthful, then we're lying. What's the point? To be true to who?
Allah.
Brother Raymond, I sent true to Allah. If we don't worship Allah truly, then we're lying. Wallahu ta'ala ya'lamu annana nakdhibu. And Allah knows when we're lying. Kama ya'lamu indama nasduqu. Just as He knows when we're telling the truth. Allah knows. طيب. Next condition. You forgot that one. طيب. Number 6. Abdul Aziz. After love, we learned 2 more, I believe. لا بأس. Abdul Rahman.
I'm with him.
Check I mean. After love. Submission. It's not enough to believe in Allah. It's not enough. It's not enough to love Allah. It's not enough. It's not enough to follow the Sunnah. It's not enough. It's not enough. It's not enough to say it. It's not enough to wear the clothing. It's not enough. Anybody can wear a thobe. The Catholics, they wear a thobe. Some of the Christians, they wear a thobe. وَلَكِنْ دِينَهُمْ بَاطِلٌ. But their belief is false. Their methodology is false. الثياب من السنة. الجلباب من السنة. النقاب من السنة. العمامة من السنة. الكلنسوة من السنة. كلها من السنة يا إخوان. ولكن علينا بالزيادة. علينا بالزيادة. وبمن أهم من هذا. Wearing a thobe for a brother is a sunnah. For a sister wearing a jilbab is a sunnah. For the sisters who do what some scholars say is recommended, covering their face, is called a niqab, the face veil. Scholars differ on that. Some say it's obligatory, some say it's recommended. That's not important right now. طيب. Wearing for the man an imama, the khimar. You know khimar? Scarf in English. The covering for the man. It's a sunnah. Some scholars say it's a culture. The correct is that it's a sunnah. What else? Wearing a kufi for the man is a sunnah. What's the point? All of that's a sunnah. But now we're talking about something that's greater than all of that. Submitting yourself to Allah. Many of us only focus on the outer. You're shot out because your pants are right at your ankle. Doesn't mean he's shot out. Maybe he's ignorant. Maybe he never learned that. Maybe his iman is weak. You don't wear, and I'm not I'm not talking about no one. طيب؟ هذا مثال. This is just an example. أنت لا تستر رأسك من الرجال. وهذا ليس من السنة صحيح. A person may say, you don't cover your head and you're a man. That's correct. It's better for you brothers that don't cover your hair. It's better that you cover your head. It's not obligatory, but it's better. When you come out, you're sitting in the presence of the men and you're not with your family. It's better that you put something on your head. A kufi, a scarf, something. But it's not obligatory. بعض السلف لا يقبل قول من الرجل إذا لا يستر رأسه. وهذا قوي. Some of the salaf, the imams of the past, Nu'aym, they would not accept the man's witness, the man's testimony, if he did not have his head covered. Even if he's right. Some of the great imams of hadith, if the man did not have his head covered and he went to narrate, they wouldn't take from him. He went to give a witness, I saw that, they wouldn't take it. Not that it's haram, but it's better that you do what's recommended. Fadal.
Someone in my school that says like just something like that. He said, "Why are my parents always over?" Because I said, "Man, to read Muslim too." Somebody asked. He said, "Do you always have to do that?" And the one asked me a question. He's like, "No." I looked at him. I was like, "Huh?"
Oh, you teach them. The ignorant one, ya ikhwan, is to be taught. Sometimes it's not always, oh, you don't know that? Man, you've been Muslim 10 years. I just took my No, you don't always have to be like that, ya ikhwan. You don't have to show off what you know. Some brothers, no matter what you ask them, they're going to refer back to the only book they're reading. And this book that I'm reading, you don't have to be like that. You don't have to show off what you know. It's for Allah. Allah knows. But you don't have to be down on someone who doesn't know. Teach them. Oh, that's a sunnah. It's obligatory for the man to raise his pants or his izar or his stove above his ankles. It's a sunnah to have your pants to the middle of your calf. You barely see this, but this is actually the sunnah. It's obligatory to raise your pants above your ankles.
Is that called the isbah?
The isbal is when you do the opposite. When your pants go below your ankles.
Okay.
So for the men, for the women it's the opposite. What's the sunnah of the women? That their pants drag some. Not enough to make her trip, but it drags the ground. You barely see this. MashaAllah. The women at this masjid, alhamdulillah, that's the sunnah that they have down. Allahu Akbar. That their garment drags slightly. So much so that if it goes over something impure, the Prophet said it will purify it. Allahu Akbar. The man is the opposite. He raised his pants up, his izar up, his stove up, above his ankle. Ta'i. Next condition after submission, I believe that was the last one, sir, that we learned. Submission. Who was here last week, Ikhwan?
I think we did them all. We did them all. We did like 9. So
Ta'i.
Did you have another one?
acceptance and disbelief.
Yeah, we did acceptance. Qabul. And the last one was
Disbelief.
that you disbelieve in what?
Wait, hold on. Disbelief.
In all of the false
False prophets.
false deities, false gods. ماذا نستفيدها هنا? What do we benefit here? الإيمان بالله تعالى لا يكفي. Right, listen to my statement before you criticize me, ikhwan. I know this is Philly. I know where we at. Right, some of the Philly brothers get offended. Why are you always coming at Philly? I say, I'm from Philly, akhi. He said, oh, I didn't know that. Alhamdulillah. I'm from here, ikhwan. At any rate, these are just examples. Doesn't mean everyone in Philly argues and fights and criticizes. Not like that. But most of us, unfortunately, and that's sad, ya ikhwan. May Allah help us. Ta'i. At any rate, it's not enough to just believe in Allah. We'll say that again. You young brothers memorize this. لا يكفي الإيمان بالله فقط. It's not enough to believe in Allah only. Listen to my speech. It's not enough to believe in Allah only. But rather علينا أن نكفر بجميع الآلهة الباطلة. But in addition of us believing in Allah, we have to do the last condition that we just learned last week. We have to disbelieve in everything that is worshipped falsely or in falsehood. Everything that is worshipped and doesn't have the right to be worshipped. We have to disbelieve in that. Disbelieve in its worship. فَأَيُّ شَيْءٍ عُبِدَ غَيْرَ اللَّهِ عُبِدَ بِالْبَاطِلِ. So anything and everything that is worshipped besides Allah is worshipped in falsehood. وَتَعَلَّمْنَا مَعَنَا الْإِلَهِ. And the last definition we learned, yarhamukallah, was what does it mean? Al-ilah, the word a god, a deity. What does that mean? Who memorized that, ya ikhwan? That was last week, I believe. The last class. We learned the word asad. Al-ilah. Al-ilah. ما معناها? What does it mean, إخوة? Check out me. Anything that's worship. Anything that is worship is a god. You're not saying if it deserves to be worshipped or not. That's your second question. Anything that is worshipped. The woman worships her husband. وهذا يقع. This happens. A man يعبد زوجته. The opposite. The man worships his wife. This happens. This happens. A man worships his sheikh. This happens. A man worships his desires. This happens. We worship many things that we don't realize. طيب. Anything that is worshipped in the Arabic language is called an ilah, a god. The man worships Isa, some of the Christians. So Isa is a god. The Muslims say, أن عيسى لا يستحق العبادة. The Muslims say, Isa does not deserve to be worshipped. You guys with me? Yeah, that's shirk. No. طيب. درسنا هذه الليلة. Tonight's class يا إخوان. تعريف العبادة. The definition of worship. تعريف العبادة. Write this down يا إخوان. The definition of worship. The definition of worship. تعريف العبادة. The definition of the word worship. كلمة واحدة. One word. One word. The definition of worship. قال شيخ الإسلام ابن تيمية رحمه الله وهو جبل من جبال الإسلام. One of the great mountains of knowledge. He gave one of the best definitions you're ever going to learn. So you're going to write definition of worship, or you can write the meaning of worship. He says هي اسم جامع لكل ما يحبه الله ويرضاه من الأقوال والأعمال الظاهرة والباطنة. Oh, طويل. It's kind of long يا إخوان. فاصبروا. So be patient. What I want you to write is worship is اسم جامع, a comprehensive noun, a vast, V-A-S-T, V-A-S-T, a vast, a wide ranging word, a vast noun, N-O-U-N. What do you have, Ibn Kevin? Read what you have.
It is a comprehensive noun.
MashaAllah, may Allah bless you. How old are you, man?
13.
Allahu Akbar. رفعك الله تعالى علما وخلقا وأدبا. May Allah raise your knowledge and manners and character. وجميعكم, and all of you يا إخوان. ماذا عندك يا أسد? What do you have, Asad? Raise your voice some.
The definition of worship.
Worship is
A vast noun.
a vast noun. طيب. That includes worship is a vast noun that includes everything that Allah loves. Allahu Akbar. It includes everything Allah loves. Who loves? Allah. Accent. That Allah loves and is pleased with. Two parts. Allah loves it and He's pleased with it. That Allah loves and is pleased with. Last part. It includes. Safaris, so you travel. Come on, come back. Get off of Lancaster. Come back in the masjid. Don't look outside the masjid, ikhwan. It's fitna out there. Stay in the masjid. Alhamdulillah. There was a brother years ago who couldn't stop watching TV. So one of our older students, may I reward him, he said, I got the best solution. He said, who do you fight? He said, when is it really hard on you to turn off the TV? He said, at night, when everybody's asleep, I just watch my shows, man. It's difficult. I'm from America, it's hard. I said, okay, no problem. When you feel like this, find the masjid and come to it. He said, what's that going to do? I'm still going to watch TV. He has no TV in the masjid. And when you come in, your heart is at ease. You leave everything, your wife, your husband, the kids, the work, school, NBA, NFL, whatever your fitness is. Championship, All-Star game, Super Bowl, Pokemon. Pokemon's old. That's some new cartoons now. I don't know the new ones yet. They still around. Pokemon, Dragon Ball. Anything the ikhwan. These are just examples. I used to like He-Man. That was my cartoon. Y'all don't know about He-Man. Y'all little. Y'all young. He-Man was my cartoon. When he had that sword, oh, we can kill anybody with that sword. Tayyib. When I was billah, we seek refuge in Allah Ta'ala from that. Tayyib. The sheikh said, come to the masjid. And then the man tried it. The brother tried it. He's at home watching what he watched. I don't want to watch these shows no more. I want to memorize Quran. I want to study Arabic. The sheikh said, go to the masjid. The brother would come to the masjid every night. 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning. Just him by himself. So what would happen? He grabbed the Quran. He would pray some more rak'ah. He would do some worship. And little by little, he left off TV. And now if you see him now, he can't even tell you the news. He can't tell you the shows. MashaAllah, Allah Ta'ala cleared that fitna for him. But he came to the masjid. So the masjid can be a refuge, ya ikhwan. You got some desires sometimes. Seek refuge with Allah Ta'ala by coming to Allah. Don't go away from Allah. Whatever it is, the man can't stop cursing. The man can't stop listening to music. The sister can't stop, whatever we have tests, and Allah tests us with. The child, all day long, Xbox, most of our children. PlayStation, all day long. But in class, he can't sit still. My back, my leg. But when you're playing the Xbox, it doesn't matter. All day long. MashaAllah. So you can sit. What do you mean I can sit, Abid? You just sat for 5 hours. 4 hours, 7 hours. So you can sit. So now let's watch this lesson. Oh, my leg, my ankle. No, you can sit. I can't focus. You can focus when you're playing a game. Rematch. You can focus. So we can do it. Our children are bright and intelligent. We just have to sometimes nurture their memorization. There was one child, I won't mention his name. Hifdhuhu Azim. He had a tremendous memory. MashaAllah, to this day, I've never saw a child who had a memory like this memory. To the day. From the West. أي أفلام أي برنامج من التلفزيونات يحفظ أسماء المتحركين. Any movie that was out, any TV show that was out, he memorized the original name of the character. He can watch Batman and say, oh, his real name is such and such. But MashaAllah. Spider-Man, every character, not just the main characters, everyone that comes on the screen. He was about 8 or 9. His memory was impeccable. You name the show, he can close his eyes and tell you what year the show came out. Who the director, memory was amazing. The character comes on the TV, oh, his name is Michael Keaton. A girl walks past, her name is the real name, not the character's name. For almost every movie out. So you say, MashaAllah, you can memorize, because look what you're wasting your memory on. This foolishness. So now we have to wipe it away. Like the farmer. You know the farmer? The farmer can't just come and just put new crop on the bad crop. He can't do that. He has to do what? He has to get rid of the bad crop, the bad memory, the bad stuff we used to do. He has to get rid of it. Erase it. Like a computer. Wipe it out. Delete it. And then you bring the new corn. the new rice, the new greens, the new whatever he's going to farm. So now you try to get rid of the likes of this and memorize Quran, memorize Hadith, memorize Arabic, memorize fiqh, for example. But the point is, our children can be the next imams, ikhwan. You brothers can do it. Starting right here. Memorizing what you learned. Going back home. Teaching your father, Abby, let me tell you what I learned in class. Alhamdulillah. Ummi, write this word down. Sometimes you have to tell your mother that. Ummi, grab a pen. Abby, and it's the children that we want to remind us. You go home to your children. Hey, Abdullah, Nu'aym, uktub hadhihi al-fa'ida, write this benefit down. And sometimes you have to call him from the game. He's going to cry. He's going to cry. Our children. Get off the game. Pause it. Oh, Abby, I was only on here for 6 hours. That's my son. Alhamdulillah, may Allah help us. I was only on here for 7 hours. Only? Alhamdulillah. Write this benefit down. Oh, my hand hurt. How your hand hurt now? When you're in the game, you all the muscles. So write this benefit down. You learn that, go back and play. And you go over it. What did you learn? Give me the benefit. Alhamdulillah. Tayyib. So let's continue, ikhwan. Worship is ismun jami'un li kulli ma yuhibbuhu Allah wa yardah. So you should have worship is a vast or comprehensive noun. You can say vast or you can say comprehensive. That includes everything Allah loves and is pleased with. Last part. Min al-aqwali, from statements. From statements. Wal a'mali, and actions. And actions. Al-zahirati wal-batina, that which is outer or outward and inward. From statements and actions that are outer and inner. That are outward and inward. So you should have worship is a vast noun. That includes, what does it include? Everything that Allah loves. Pay attention there. And is pleased with. From statements and actions that are outward and inward. So write a line underneath ya ikhwan. And write the number. We'll give you one thing for 25. We'll make this one easy, inshallah. Write 100. No, write 10. Write 10. We can't do it like we did in Yemen, ya ikhwan. You ask some of the brothers in Yemen that learned in Yemen. Ask Mufti, our beloved brother, Muhammad Munir. Ask our beloved brother, Tawfiq. Who else? There are many brothers that we know that went to Yemen, ya ikhwan. Ask our beloved brother, Sabir. Ask Qasim. Many brothers. Who else went to Yemen, ya akhi? Ask our beloved brother, Mikhail, from Philadelphia. You can ask many brothers that had the honor to go to Yemen. When the sheikh would say, you wrote that 10 times? That's it? You're never going to memorize it like that. 50 times? And you expect to memorize? That's it? So we would love to do it like that, but no one's going to come back tomorrow. Man, that brother made me write this thing down 500 times. Even Kevin's not going to come back. Abdul Rahman is going to sit in the car next week. Abdul Aziz is not going to come back. No one's going to come. Our beloved brother, I'm not going there. I can't play my game. And I got to write this 500 times. But the 10 times, 20 times is not the goal. The goal is what? To memorize it. If you write it 10 times and you still don't have it, write it 10 more times. And you still don't have it. Tomorrow, write it 10 more times. And you're not done. Next week, you're going to write it again. We're trying to learn. We're trying to learn. Some of the psychologists, they say that knowledge is, when you transfer, that memorization is transferring the knowledge from your short term to your long term. Short-term memory, long-term memory. You have two types of memory. Short-term, long-term. Right now, every one of you have what we learned. Right now. You memorized it. Right now. It's in your short-term memory. But the only way to make it go from the short-term to the long-term is only one way. Hey, repetition. 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 Sometimes you're going to say it 100 times, 200 times, 300 times, 500 times. It's a lot to us, but it's a little to the memorizers. A little bit to the memorizers. The great imams of today. Who was a memorizer of today, ikhwan? Sheikh Albani. Who memorized even more than Sheikh Albani? They're similar. More. Today, still alive. We have memorizers today from the great scholars. Who are they? Give me one. We love our beloved brother. Even more than that. From the great imams. Oh, we need some more classes, ikhwan. That Imam Muslim Center.
He's still alive.
They're still alive.
Sheikh Salih Al-Fawzan.
More than that. From the great elite memorizers. Oh. So we'll give you a few, ikhwan, that's still alive today. Greater than Sheikh Albani. Greater than Sheikh, memorizing wise. Sheikh Albani wasn't known to memorize the 6 books of hadith. But he knew them in and out. He knew the chains in and out. He knew the men in and out. He knew the authentic from the weak in and out. We're talking about memorizing. The likes of one of our favorite from Africa today. A name that you know, but in America, you barely hear about. If you made Hajj or Umrah, you know him. If you went to Yemen, you know him. You went to Africa, you know him. If you didn't have the honor to leave America, you may not know him. He's the Sheikh of these scholars. Sheikh Muqbil's Sheikh. He's Sheikh Fawzan's Sheikh. The scholars that we quote from, he's their Sheikh. He's the Sheikh of Sheikh Saleh, Ali Sheikh. He's still alive. His name is Sheikh Muhammad Ibn Ali Ibn Adam, Al-Ethiopi, from Africa. Maybe the most memorized scholar of today, maybe. Muhammad Ibn Ali Ibn Adam, from Africa. To today, in the Kaaba, I don't know if today, but of our time, he teaches the Bukhari, a Muslim, from his memory. An old man, feeble, but his mind is there. MashaAllah. Sheikh Muqbil said about him that when he narrates, it's like the rain falling down. And he speaks real fast. Maybe next class we'll bring in one of his audios. He speaks so fast. You think I speak fast? He speaks, MashaAllah. But the man is holding almost every hadith book written. He memorized it. He's like our Sheikh in Yemen, but the Sheikh is younger. Sheikh Muhammad Ibn Hizam. It's a young Sheikh. MashaAllah. Amazing. Memorized almost every hadith book out. MashaAllah. At any rate, Sheikh Muhammad Ibn Ali Ibn Adam teaches Bukhari from his memory. You're reading the book, he's coming from his memory. You're going to make a mistake before he does. Allahu Akbar. Amazing, ikhwan. At any rate, the only way you're going to have a strong memory is that you train your memory. Repetition. And we'll start with this last point. Father.
That's what you say all the time.
Repetition, ikhwan.
He said always bring a notebook to write it down, but you don't bring a notebook. You remember the time.
But he started with writing it. Now he doesn't have to. But he trained his memory like that. You can make your memory strong. There's nothing called the weak memory. According to many scholars. You can train it. But it takes dedication, sincerity, truthfulness. And you have to put in the work. You have to turn off your TV. You have to forsake the bed. You can't eat smorgasbord every day. It's going to take too much time. First you got to make the meal. That's 2 hours. That's 2 hours. Now, a nice sized meal is going to take 2 hours. Rice, chicken, pie. What else, Ikhwan? Veggies. Bread. Your wife is going to be in there 2 hours. And then we have the nerve to get mad at her. You didn't read no Quran today? How can I? There's many of us. We have to be kind to our women, ya ikhwan. May Allah make all of us better. And none of us barely help in the kitchen. Oh, I'm not stepping in that kitchen. There's many of us. The last time we helped out in the kitchen. There's no proof that that is only for the women. The Prophet used to help. Men his own garments. Alayhi salam. And we can't help in the women in the kitchen? طيب. So she makes a 2-hour dinner or 2-hour lunch. And now what? We got to eat it. That's another hour and a half. And then who's going to clean it up? That's another hour and a half. And they want the same thing for dinner. Of course, there's no time for her to learn. So sometimes, honey, we can't eat like this tonight. Let's have something small. Now it takes your time. Now it takes half the time to prepare, half the time to eat, half the time to clean up. This is how a memorizer is. A memorizer is not going to gossip. He's going to sleep, not 8 hours, not 10 hours, not like us. He's going to take from his sleep 4 hours, 6 hours. Alhamdulillah. You see him with a book, rehearsing. When his companions come to backbite some other Muslims or some other people, he says, no, he's reading his Quran. I have no time for that. Hey, you seen such and such is still smoking. I don't got no time, ya akhi, fear Allah. You hear he's still talking about such and such and such. Fear Allah. He's reading his Bukhari. قال الإمام Bukhari رحمه الله تعالى حدثنا. He's memorizing. He's memorizing his Riyadh al-Salihin, his Bukhari, his Muslim, his Quran. He has no time to waste. He knows something about tomorrow. What does he know about tomorrow, Ibn Kevin? He knows what about tomorrow? That is not, something about tomorrow is not promised. He's not like us. May Allah make all of us stronger, all of us more understood of this one principle, one concept, that tomorrow is not promised. It's not a guarantee we're going to wake up. But the memorizer believes that. He's not like us. When we say it, this young sister, mashallah, who's memorizing, why are you getting up at night, every night, 2 in the morning? Why aren't you asleep? She's going over her Quran. Why? Because tomorrow is not promised. And then if she's blessed with tomorrow, the next day is not promised. If she's blessed with the next day, so she memorizes, she learns her religion like that. And we'll stop with this last point, inshallah ta'ala, that there was an imam, he was asked a question. قال السائل يا شيخ صور لنا كيف كانت الصحابة مع القرآن. And this is going to blow you away, ikhwan. I pray we never forget this benefit. So the questioner asked one of the scholars of today, whose name I can't remember. The questioner says, oh Sheikh, narrate, give us an example. Give us a picture. Give us something that we can understand. Us, the Westerner. How was the companions with regards to the Quran? Give me a picture that I can understand. The Sheikh said, okay. أحسن شيء لي أن أقول لكم. The best thing I can say for you that you will understand. أن صحابة الكرام كان مع المصحف كما أنكم مع الجوار الهاتف. He said, okay, the best example I can give you, the Muslim of today, of the West, of how the companions were with the Quran, is how you brothers and sisters are with your cell phones. That's strong, ikhwan. Who's not going to benefit from that? He says, the companions were with the Quran the way you Westerner, us, the American, the Westerner, are with our Quran, with our cell phone. Every child of today has a cell phone. Now, of course, time is a little different. Safety issue may be an issue. You may contact your parents when you get to the bus. You may text. Alhamdulillah. We're not talking about that. That's understood. Every adult has a phone. Every adult. If they can afford one. Now they give them out free. Obama phone.
That's that, dude.
You get one for free. Sometimes on the corner. Play. The point is, almost every Muslim, maybe one Jumu'ah, will make an announcement. Yeah, Ikhwan. Everyone put their heads down. Raise your hand if you have a phone. There's not going to be one person except that his hand is going to be up. And then you ask the same question. Raise your hand if you have a Quran on you. A Quran on you. Now half those people's hands are going to come down. If you don't have a Quran on you, it should be somewhere near you. Every Muslim should have a Quran always on them. Always. A pocket Quran. Get a pocket Quran, ya ikhwan. Keep it on you. For example, many of us, we go to the hammam, I need my phone. He go to work, I need my phone. He goes from one room to the next room, I need my phone. He go to play ball, let's go work out, lift some weights, I need my phone. That's many of us. But why are we like that with the Quran? Many of us, all day long, Facebook. What's the new one? Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, whatever the apps are. They run our lives, most of us. You wake up in the morning, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Let me see who commented on my post. That's most of us. He's still wiping his eyes. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. I was blessed with another day. Alhamdulillah. Let me see who commented on my class. No, these are not jokes, Ikhwan. Y'all making me laugh. This is reality. It's just funny. But I'm not trying to make you laugh. The women are the same way. She goes to the restaurant. Oh, let me take a picture of this food, put it on my Instagram. And then she goes back. Let me see how many likes I got for that IHOP. If we're like that with food, and we're like that with posts, and we're like that with likes, how much more so the Quran? If every 2 hours go by, I got to see how many comments I got. Oh, alhamdulillah. 2 hours, let me see how many more. 2 more hours, alhamdulillah. If I'm like that with a post, how much more so the Quran? When was the last time we opened up the Quran just to read it? And it wasn't Jumu'ah. What's going to be our answer? When was the last time we sat with our wives, our husbands, our children, and say, hey, let's read just one page? And it wasn't Jumu'ah, and it wasn't Ramadan. We all read the Quran in Ramadan. We're not talking about that. So if I'm like that with social media, how much more so the Quran? And these are just examples, ya ikhwan, that hopefully will touch our hearts so we can change the cycle. When the first thing I do in the morning should not be posts. Where's my dua? Where's my 2 raka'ah? Where's my 1 verse? Alhamdulillah. Now you have some leisure. You learned a little bit. You worshiped Allah. You hung out with your family. You made some dua. You want to waste a little time on something. I'm not saying it's good, but a person does that. But the first thing you do in the morning, the last thing you do before you go to sleep, in the middle of the night, oh honey, you had a nightmare. Oh, because I didn't check how many posts I got. That's why. No, it's not going to harm us, ikhwan. So we'll stop there, ikhwan. The last thing we learned was the definition of worship. Our homework is to write that down 10 times. And that's not the goal. The goal is that we learn it. We memorize it to the best of our abilities, inshallah. فَنَصَبْتُ فَمِنَ اللَّهِ وَإِنْ أَخْطَأْتُ فَمِنَ اللَّهِ وَإِنْ أَخْطَأْتُ فَمِنْ نَفْسِي. Anything we said that's correct is from Allah. Anything we said is incorrect is from ourselves. وَجَزَاكُمُ اللَّهُ خَيْرًا وَالسَّلَامُ عَلَيْكُمْ وَرَحْمَةُ اللَّهِ وَبَرَكَاتُهُ.